Recording in progress.
John, how are you feeling, John?
Just very snotty.
Okay. Snottier than usual?
Yeah,
You usually are pretty snotty. Okay.
more mucus and less sass.
Sure.
And Chuck, did you get my introduction?
Did you get it?
No.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it-
it was on the side. No worries. Yeah, not a big deal.
If you've got it there, you can read it for us.
Might be able to. Hang on one sec.
So I'm gonna move on to our next speaker, JohnR. And I'm gonna ask Tim to read the introduction that he
I don't
did.
know.
Don't worry about it.
Tim's got
Intro to pathways.
Please join me in welcoming JohnR with Intro to Pathways.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, Young Patrol. Tim, if you wouldn't mind muting your end, would be great.
Yes, sir.
All right. So there's less reverb. So today, I'm just going to take you through, walk you through how to log in to the Toastmasters International site and get into pathways. I'm going to go through it kind of step by step as I go through. If there's anybody who has questions at any point, please interrupt me. Tim, if you can unmute at that point, then I can address the question. That'd be wonderful. So it's kind of an interactive feedback with our awesome Zoom master there helping out, making it happen. All right. So I'm going to share screen if it can be enabled one more time, Tim. So one of the ideas that we're practicing here is we're being able to be interactive with our meeting and with people in it. So, all right, cool. So are you guys seeing this Bahamas Beckons Toastmasters International? Awesome, cool. So with this, idea is we're going to go in here. You're going to go to toastmasters.org. From there, there's this login key. Hopefully pop up right. Type in your email, hopefully correctly. If you've already set up a login, then you should be good. If you haven't, then go and hit first time logging in, click here, and then it'll get you set up. Make sure you use the same email as you registered for Toastmasters with. Okay. As we wait for the blue screen or the ticker of death, here we go. So this should be your home page. They'll put out some advertisements and stuff, and there's different ways that you can get to different things. There's a couple different ways to navigate through this site. So to start with, just showing you, this is my profile, so I can go down and kind of see what I have in here. And this will show me, show the club I'm in, our Yon Patrol club, and you kind of get some contact info and stuff, and you can double check that your mailing address and your email are correct here. And if you ever need to change your password, you can edit it right here. So if that makes sense to everybody. Other stuff you can do in this, poke around when you're ready. All right. What we're going to do to get to Pathways is we're going to go to the education programs and then go to Basecamp. And this will get us into Pathways. Now, if you haven't set up a Pathways, if you haven't chosen a path yet, you're going to go to Path Selection. And this will be if you haven't done one at all. If you've been a member for a while and you haven't set this up yet, you can go to your email from Toastmasters and just kind of click on that email, and that'll help you get in. That'll give you the link, and then you click that, and that'll connect you into here. If you've just joined, you should be getting the link, and that will help you get to this path. That way, you're not paying an extra $20; you've already paid for it. If you've been in for quite a while and you've selected a path, you've already gone through it, you can pay another $20 for a new path. All right. In here, one really important thing is making sure that your cookies are off. So I use a different browser. I use Chrome to log in to Toastmasters. I use Firefox for everything else. So on Chrome, I've gone through and eliminated or enabled cookies, and that's really important. Every browser is a little bit different, so I'm not going to walk you through that. But if you type in the search bar how to disable or enable cookies on your browser, that will walk you through that. So I have one browser for Toastmasters, and that's it. So in here, I go to Basecamp, and that's going to open up the Toastmasters Pathways zone. So right now I have 3 paths open in Toastmasters. So I'm just going to click on this strategic relationships one. If you want a little tutorial, there's a bunch of little how-to videos all the way through this. And this one, launching a project, is a good one. But in here, I can click on strategic relationships. And right now I'm just starting out with this one. So I'm on level 1, the icebreaker, in progress. And I'll actually try to get credit for this speech with this icebreaker. From here, you go to launch. And it's going to think for a minute. It'll pop up a new window. Eventually, as we keep thinking on it. And this will walk you through the project. So you start with beginning. It's going to kind of give you how to navigate around in here. Click stuff. It's going to walk you through and just kind of give you some very concise but valuable ways to work through Toastmasters and learning how to do things. So it's how do you print out the project resources if you want to bring a paper copy into the meeting, and other elements like that. Through here, you can navigate around to different chapters or sections within this project, and they're all pretty quick. I mean, it usually about 4 or 5 minutes to get through one of these things. For example, little tutorial videos. You're going to kind of figure out your goals as you go through the project, and you can create your own or print out an evaluation resource. So there's all sorts of different things to help you get through here. I'm going to get out for right now with this and open it up if anybody has questions. There we go, Julie.
Yes, what's the cost to do pathways?
You've already paid for it with your membership, Julie. So you're in already with and you should have 2 paths open to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, so 2 paths should be included with your initial membership. And then once you get through those, it's an extra $20 per path. All right. I kind of went through that fairly quickly. Is that as clear as mud, or does it kind of make sense to people?
That's clear.
It's clear. Okay. There's also other elements in the website. I'm going to go back to here. You can go to resources. And this resource library will kind of give you instructions for different stuff and other guides that you can do. So if you're trying to figure out basically anything with Toastmasters, you can go into this little search bar and that'll link you to different things, or you can go through and find out what things you need to learn. One other element of this that is helpful, we go to resources, you can go to membership. And in here, it can talk you through Leadership Central and kind of give you different tools if you're becoming one of these new club officers of kind of different handouts and different tutorial videos of how to do your role. So this is another way to learn more and get more in depth of the website. Are there any other questions for now? Cool. All right, going to do stop share. So that's the basics of the Toastmasters site. It can get a little confusing here and there. They're pretty good about customer service. If you want to call, they have a contact number, or they have a little help chat feature that's always has somebody behind the scenes trying to operate it. So overall, please don't get discouraged by the website or that barrier to entry. It should be fairly simple. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.
John, can I ask a question, John? Sorry.
Yeah, sure, John.
So how does it work with evaluations? how do the evaluators turn in their evaluations?
Okay, so it's all an honor system. So the evaluators don't need to turn in evaluations. If you want to give one to the speaker, that's fine. But the speaker just kind of checks off that they completed the project once they've given the speech in the project.
So the evaluator does not need to sign off on anything,
No,
or fill out a form or anything?
they do not need to do that with Pathways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, thank you.
So it's pretty simple there. One other thing, if you, sorry, I'm going to share it one more time. Important thing. So once you're, sorry, let me get back into Pathways. Gonna get into my base camp here. Go to base camp. Give me just a second, you guys. So if I'm in here and I've gone through this icebreaker project. It might let me do it. It might not let me skip through. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna go to the very end, access my skills. So through here, you're gonna do a little. Okay, I think I did a 5 with that, 5 with that, 3 with that, 3 with that, 4. It's taking just a second. And I'm going to submit, so that's going to give me that kind of final personal evaluation. And then I should be able to be completed this project. And now I can move on to the next one. So that should, that'll enable me to finish the icebreaker, and I can hit here to all right. That instead of it just being a launch button, it will say that you can project completion. I need to go through the little tutorial videos first. So project completion, and once that's done, then the secretary, the president, or the vice president of education can go through on the club side and say, check, yes, say Joel has gone through this and he's completed this speech, and then you'll get credit for that, if that makes sense. So you need to kind of go through here, and once you're through that level, you'll get a level completion, and then you can do level 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can do these in any order that you want. But once you complete a level, then you can get credit for it from Toastmasters. And once you're through one whole path, and you do 2 paths, you can get a distinguished Toastmaster, and it takes a little while to do that. And there's some cool projects along the way. This was really brief. I'm going to give some more training videos down our training speeches as our year progresses, and trying to make sure everybody's comfortable with it. And maybe we'll walk through people in person at future time. All right, back to you, Chuck.
Thank you, John.